going. Get to the sign in the comment. All right. You see, Shalom. How everybody doing? Let me see. Yeah. Shalom, shalom. How y'all doing? Sorry about that, man. StreamYard had me doing some crazy. I'm not going to even talk about it. It was just crazy. Put it that way. Let's see here. Go there. Go to groups. Yeah. All right, cool. Let me save this and I get started. Let me see. Almost there. Almost there. Let me finish sharing this. There we go. Almost there. Boom. Almost. I need more time. All right. Here we go. Oh. Let me set up my mic. Up here. There we go. Boom. Testing. Shalom. There we go. All right, that's good. Right there. So let's get our prayers in. Where's the prayer book? Get the prayer book. Getting ready. Getting ready. Shalom. Shalom. Okay, it didn't. Here we go. Let's go. Now I said the browser have lost connection to the mic. Speak. Oh, man. Let's go. Let's go back in. Let's get this done. Y'all know where those meat pillows are? No idea. You using that? No. You want to stand right there? You're not going to move. You're not going to go look for anything. I hope you don't do that shit. All right, this is the Abanawa prayer found in the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 9 to 13. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shimka, Yahweh, Malathwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kahaya, Bashamayim, Nathanyanawa, Lakam, Kayawam, Wasalakinawa, Kabawatinawa, Kasalakinawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Tabiainawa, Benisayawam, Abo, Hawashayanawa, Manrai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, Alayalamyam, Aman, Bahashim, Yahushai, Hamashiach, Amen. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, here on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Bahashim, Yahushua, Hamashiach. Amen.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas, como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en la tentación y líbranos del mal. Amén. Bahashim, Yahushua, Hamashiach. Amen.
All right, this is the Asherah. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house. They will still be praising thee. Selah. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose Alahaya is Yahweh. I will extol thee, my Alahaya, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is Yahweh, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy works to another, and shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty, and of thy wondrous works, and men shall speak of the might of thy terrible acts, and I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, and shall sing of thy righteousness. Yahweh is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. Yahweh is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Yahweh, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. Yahweh upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. Bow down. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest thine hand and satisfieth the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. Yahweh is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry. He will save them. Yahweh preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. My mouth shall speak the praises of Yahweh, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. But we will bless the Yahweh from this time forth and forevermore. Hallelujah.
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 Bahashem.
Hashem.
Yahushai.
Hashem.
Mashiach.
Hashem.
Amen.
The first three prayers of the Amada, Abuwath, Barak, Atah, Yahweh, Allahayinawa, Allahaya, Abatinawa, Allahaya, Abaraham, Allahaya, Yitazakak, Walahaya, Yaquab, Allah, Shadia, Allah, Ayawun, Gamal, Kasadayim, Barak, Atah, Yahweh, Magun, Baraham, Gabawarwath, Atah Yahweh, Gabawar, Howlam, Yahweh, Makaya, Matayam, Omaya, Dawama, Laka, Malak, Hawalam, Mamaya, Mamakaya, Barak, Atah, Yahweh, Makaya, Matayam, Kodawarsha, Shem Yahweh, Atah, Kadayash, Washimka, Kadawash, Wakadawashim, Bakal, Yawum, Allah, Barak, Atah, Yahweh, Hakadawash. Blessed are you, Yahweh, power of our fathers, power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Yaquah, almighty power, Almighty power, Most High power, who bestows mercy, Blessed are you, Yahweh, True of Abraham, you are mighty Yahweh, forever, Yahweh, who receives the dead, who is comparable to you, King of eternity, who caused death, and gives life, Blessed are you, Yahweh, who gives life, to the dead, you are holy Yahweh, and your name is holy, and the holy ones, every day, praise you, forever. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the power who is holy, Hashem, Yahushai, Mashiach, Amen.
A psalm for the Shabbat day. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High, to shew forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, and upon a psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy works. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doeth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ear shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the course of our Alahayah. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing to shew that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah.
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 Bahashim.
Hashem.
Yahushua.
Hashem.
Hamashiach.
Hashem.
Amen. All right, everybody up. All right, Shalom. Here we go. And they put there we go. There we go, fellas. All right, guys. So we're gonna start here on Torah portions this week. A lot of different laws to go over, like every week, and no one is more important than the other. All right. We're never gonna give you a vague interpretation. As I seen today, I was watching a video. Won't say what gender, but man, it was crazy. Vague interpretations, horrible breakdown, lack of accountability, and I saw a lot of feminism. Spread it out in that message. You know what I'm saying? So, though it Terry, wait for it. Can you give me that Baba Kashad? Though it Terry, wait for it. We're getting towards the end. I recommend everybody to keep enduring. Like I said, these last days there be prayerless times. Can you get that for me, Soldier Lakar Rakab Baba Kashad?
Okay, which one?
I think it's in Ephesians. Prayerless times. Ephesians or Galatians. I don't know.
Prayerless times, I think that's in Israel 16.
No, it's not. It's in the New Testament. Find that one for me. I get this. Because your phone not still charging? Oh, you got it, huh? Yeah, find those for me, Papa, for sure.
Prayerless times.
From what I see, a lot of people are finding it hard to do a lot of things. Very much so. You got that? Where you at with it?
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3.
All right, go ahead. Read louder, please.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time,
Uh-huh.
but at the end it shall speak.
Right. For the what? Say it. No, just read all the scriptures. I'm sorry. Start from the top.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Start over again, please.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For the vision is not yet for an appointed time.
Right.
Don't slack it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time. And we all visualize the day. We can all just taste it, but those who are very wise, we understand that we don't want to see that day. But we want to see the day. We don't want to see that day. But we know it has to come. We know we have to do this. We have to usher in the kingdom, and we have to help bring down this kingdom. All right. Go ahead, start over and read.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Right.
But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
So at the end it shall speak and not lie. What will not be a lie? That vision. That what we all vision, we study for, we go hard for, in and out, we endure these prayerless times. We endure. Go ahead.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Say it again.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Though that vision tarry, it's just sitting there, just back and forth, jiggling in front of your face, man. And it's just, though it tarry, what?
Wait for it.
Uh-huh.
Because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
It will not tarry, it should surely come. Just wait for it. Meaning and do it. Just do what you gotta do. Don't worry about everybody else. Do what you gotta do. All right, we got into this truth. We know how much we was getting paid. Everybody gets a penny. We know how much we getting paid. It is a penny. It's a shiny penny, though. You get a penny and an invitation to the way. That's what you get. And all the promises and the inheritance that is ours, we get. It's a lot. We get to live without worry about somebody coming to bust down our door. We don't have to worry about little white Karens calling us niggas and spits and tomahawk Indians. We ain't got to worry about Brad ass no more, excuse my language, but it's the truth. We ain't got to worry about these heathen nations breathing down our backs. There's a lot of things we ain't going to have to worry about. And I suggest that everybody just endure it. Don't complain. Don't cause grief amongst brothers. Strife, I meant. Don't cause strife amongst brothers. Don't cause division. Don't break bands. Can you read that, Baba Kushan Nakaraka?
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
This know also that in the last days perilous time shall come.
Perilous?
Perilous time shall come.
Uh-huh.
For man shall be lovers of their own selves,
Uh-huh.
covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedience to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Despisers of those that are good, man. We got a lot of that. We got a lot of that. I can see a lot of that in a lot of people just by a conversation. But boasters, just bragging all the time about what they got. Boasters. Disobedient to parents. We're going to go over that. Perilous times is hard. It's hard not to be a disobedient to your parent, man. You in this land where everybody's doing what they want to do, and you can kind of get caught up in that, but you got to watch your steps. You got to pay attention to yourself. Take heed to thyself and to everybody around you. Attend to thy flock. Women, start. I agree with a brother on a video I was watching. I ain't gonna say what video because I don't want to give a shout out like that. But I will agree with the brother when he said when brothers come into the camps, women, the wives, rat your husbands out if they're doing something wrong. Brothers in camps, rat out the head of the camp if he's doing something wrong to the elders, so it can be fixed. And some things need to be fixed, man. You can't keep it to yourself. If you see a brother doing something and you don't have a way to tell him, shit, there's other people that can tell him. Husbands, call your women into don't be so proud. Call your women into counsel. Call your sons, your daughters, your brothers, your friends. Call them into counsel. Get them into a counsel. Help them out. Find another brother that can help you guide that brother. Give him the inspirational words. We trying to save lives here. We're not trying to let them be cast away. You got to, man. Ain't no such thing as a snitch. Not to me. I mean, I see if you just telling Esau for the hell of it, just to be a cruel, wicked son of a, you know what I mean? Yeah, but you're not going to give up the hideout of your brothers and sisters for Esau, but it's a difference when they're trying to, they're out there doing wrong. Ain't no such thing as a snitch in Israel. Mm-mm. Yeah, people got to stop doing wicked, but don't find it hard, man. It's hard, but don't find it hard. You gotta, you gotta talk yourself into doing the right things. It's a perilous times. It's hard to do a lot of stuff. It's hard, but you get through it. You get through it. You talk it out. You strive it out. You build. You get stronger. It makes you stronger, though. To tell you the truth, when you get out of it and you start realizing that you're not going through that grief no more in your head, and you kind of get out of it and shake it, and your day is going, your week, your day is going good, and you just like, hey man, I was just stressing about something last week, and I ain't no more. I'm doing pretty good right now. You know what I'm saying? You done took yourself out for a milkshake or something. You know what I'm saying? Went and bought yourself some cologne. You know what I'm saying? Want to smell good for the ladies, you know. Or if you just like smelling good, prepare for yourself. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna have to endure. Everybody's put into a situation for the future to get you to get you through the future. You're being put in these situations for a reason. The Most High tests the heart to see how you really feel, and that's what He's doing. He wants to see how you really feel, and the way you see how somebody really feel is you test them, you poke at them, you see what makes them tick, and you see if it comes out. That brother and that sister would either repent or they'll fall off, and it wasn't meant for them to be there in the first place. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's supposed to be tested, man. Shit, I'm tested all the time. Take a deep breath, look at the situation, ask some questions, respond accordingly. That's all you can do, man. Well, that's not all you can do. But in certain situations, you can't do everything. And whatever you can't handle, turn it to the Lord. And He'll take care of it. So I'm going to dive right into this lesson. Everybody, we're going to start at Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 10. All right? So follow me. And we're going into domestic relations. All right? This is a very important thing. All right, where's my notes? So we're going to go into the firstborn is not to be disinherited upon private affection. And what is that private affection? All right, this wife right here, you like more than this wife. You don't really like her that much. But guess what? This wife that you don't like, her son is the actual firstborn. This is a firstborn child of that woman, but he's the actual firstborn son. He's the firstborn. He came out before the other firstborn. Every man can have a firstborn child. So, to the sister that was on TV today, you know what I'm saying? So what if I have, am I supposed to have one firstborn? Is it an option? Can I have 3 firstborns? You know what I'm saying? Can I have 5 firstborns? You know what I'm saying? I like to have a lot of firstborns. That's my firstborn son right there, but that's my firstborn son right there. You know what I'm saying? It sounds kind of country, though. When you think about it, because in the world, people think about that. Oh my gosh, It's this and that. But when it comes to Yahweh, he don't look at it like that. So here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, hold on. Salakia, we're not going into the firstborn just yet. That's the next law. Salakia. I just went into a whole monologue about it. Let's read. This is Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. It's like a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? And she shall put her raiment of her captivity up, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and be well, her father and her mother, a full month. And after that thou shalt go unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Mm, 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 mm. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. Now, we can talk about that subject right there. I want to comment on this video. I want to do it. It's just the time that I have. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this entirely wrong? No, because the heathen is an inheritance to us. She's an inheritance to us. See, we're thinking like men. We're not going to think like a woman. When something comes up wrong in your mind, remember we live in a matriarchal society. It's only looked wrong because in this matriarchal society, women don't like that. They're very jealous. And I'm not trying to sit here and get on women and make this about women, but it's a topic that needs to be talked about. I would like to get the comments from women to see how they feel about this. I want to know, this is the law. What do you think about this? Your husband goes to war. He brings back a dame. He brings back a dame. You know what I'm saying? He makes her cut off her hair, shave her nails in the house. And in a month, after she finished bewailing her parents, he takes her to wife. How do you feel about that? That's like Nakara Khan and Zanakaria come back from war. Man, they got 2 dames with them. Being men. A war. He just went over there and slaughtered their parents. You know how you feel coming back from war? How do you feel after a fight? How do you guys feel after a fight? You've been in a ring all day. You've been fighting. Are you finna come home? And I gotta put it like this. Are you gonna come home to a woman telling you can't have something after just coming back from war? Are you to submit to that and listen to that and take heed to that? We're thinking like men now. We're not worried about anybody else. No woman, no pets, just as a man.
And that's how it was back in the day when it was all about swords and spears. Even in movies, it shows how they go to war and whatever they win, they offer it to the king.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, it's my portion. And if it's a woman, they offer the woman too. Like I was watching the movie Troy.
Good movie.
It shows you about beta male and alpha male right there. What's a weak man and a strong man. The weak man was the younger brother. He freaking sacrificed his whole country over one woman. And then you see his brother telling him, have you killed man? Like, have you seen kill man? Have you done this? And there's this other scene You know, when Odysseus tells Achilles, it's like war is meant for young men to be sent and old men to talk. So pretty much the old people just talk while they send the younger people to die for them. You know. And yeah, I was watching that, and I was watching also Alexander the Great, and the Torah shows that too. You know, everything they want, it's for themselves. But you know, the Greeks, they were more about like that pride, like this is for our own, like forget the rest, this is for us. Alexander like, nah, let's make it even, so they make us so they could love us more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let us learn their customs, so they could like we could know about them. So that's what I was, when I was watching movies and scenes like that, like damn man, it's like it shows you how they had honor and respect.
Yeah.
When you see freaking Hector and Achilles fighting in the beach, you just see all the men that were fighting against each other. They just circle around. They're like the two best warriors fighting against each other. Like, hey,
nobody joined
in. Everybody stops and they're just watching two fighters fight. But at the end, Hector ended up killing Achilles' cousin. It wasn't actually Achilles.
It was. I was gonna say.
But it gets you thinking like, damn man, these guys were just killing each other. And then they see the best two fighters of each country about to get down. They just stop and circle around. They're just right there.
Everybody's like,
and then they're like, all right, hey, you know what? Let's just get back home. So it's just like, wait, I was just killing you. And they're just saying, let's just go back home. And both of them went home and said, hey, no, fuck this.
Because they killed the best. So when you kill the best, ain't no need for war no more. We got you.
Just like from the beginning of the movie. Like with the kings, like you give me your best fighter, I'll give you my best fighter. How about that?
See, that's men though. That's how we think. That's how we do things. We can't operate in a sense of matriarchy. No offense to our women. We just can't go our life worrying about how they fucking feel when it comes to a decision we make.
And right now, also too, like everything that's going right now in Afghanistan, right? You see all these females right now talking, oh, I pray for the children and the women that are going right now because of the Taliban. All right, cool. But what about the man? They're also killing men over there. The ones that are not down with the Taliban's, with their laws, they're getting killed. What about them? How come you pray for them? Why just the woman? Just because they're got to be covered up again?
Because this is a matriarchy. Over here in America, it's a matriarchy. This right here is a very important topic. Yeah. Very important. What do you say about that, Von?
Well, to answer your question at hand, because, like I was saying, when you look at when people go to battle and everything, how do they celebrate? Well, except for fags, and Greece and everything, but after war, how do they celebrate? There's a whole bunch of women and everything, and the men take home a woman and stuff.
That's his woman now. They sat there and tossed her around to see who was going to take her.
Yeah, and then even it shows in the scene, it's like when the Greeks and the
Babylonians.
No, it was no, not that scene, but it was when it's for Troy. It was I think it was Macedonians and the Greeks. They were creating an alliance, and then the Greek king is like, hey, let us have a feast, let's get drunk and sleep with the women. So all the women come out. And then he tells the Hector, what's up? Like, get yourself a lady. He's like, nah, I'm all right. He's like, well, it's all right. Like, he didn't want to do it because he had his wife back where he lived at Troy. And he's like, don't worry. Our women are for breeders. These are just for fun. So he was letting them know, hey, these are like our concubines. We could just have fun with them. Our wives are to breed our man next. So it just got you thinking, like, damn, man, when I was reading that and I seen that movie, like, damn, man. So, but right here, you're humbling the girl. She's becoming actually your wife. She's not becoming a concubine.
Well, she's still a concubine.
Oh, she is?
If she's from another nation.
Because you can put her away.
Huh?
Because you can put her away.
Yeah, but you can't make merchandise out of her. You can let her go and do her own thing. She's off to do her own thing. You know what I'm saying? She's your wife. That means you went into her. You didn't have a ceremony or nothing. The same way you did your women. The same way you went into her that became your wife. And the thing is to get back as a man. Now, there's an understanding between you and your wife, but all that rah-rah, all that, well, I feel this way, that way, there's an understanding before you get with her. I mean, you don't want your wife jumping on a platform talking about, yeah, he never listens to me. Well, that's something personal of us not listening to you, but do you go and tell other women, like, what the hell, they gonna come and whip my ass or something? They finna come beat me up? Or they finna rah-rah? The same thing you were doing. And it comes off to them misogynistic, where you're accusing me of being a man. This is how we are. It just is a matriarchal
But
society.
it's also about value, because you gotta think about it. Like right now, how they show it in the world, women will share a man if they have, money value. But if you don't have money, then they don't see no value, and they're like, nah, I don't want to share you. But if it's someone that has money, it's like, look, girl, this is what it is,
And they accept it.
and they accept it. But when they see someone that doesn't have money, they're like, then nah,
So
it's just
You
gonna
said-
be you and me.
you just said the problem. They don't value.
There you go.
They don't value what you call that they don't value average men like they value men of high value.
Yeah.
So that men that don't have as much as they need to make that decision, you ain't shit to her. So she's complaining.
Right.
Because you don't have what it takes to make her shut up. And this all, I mean, there's little bits and pieces within the history and everything and things going on. And when you read stuff, when you read this right here, but watch, there's a lot of other stuff that's going to come into play when it runs into this. This is a very important topic right here. It has to be brought up in Israel. Now watch this. Deuteronomy 21:15. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and this is what I was talking about, the firstborn is not to be disinherited upon private affection. All right. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be, when he maketh the sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn, by giving him a double portion of all that he hath. For he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. That is very important. Now that has to be talked about. Because a man that have two wives, he won't like this one as much. And that's where you come in that favoritism, that respect of persons. And men shouldn't be doing this because that look bad on men. That look bad on a man. It makes him look like a damn slime ball. Start shooting like, a favoritism thing. You know what I'm saying? Treating this wife better than this wife.
Oh yeah.
He favor her more because she got that round ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if those are my wives, I'm gonna love them just the same. I'm gonna treat them just the same. I'm gonna treat them just the same. I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? I love the sex. I love the communication. You know what I'm saying? I love the submissiveness. I love the bowing. You know what I'm saying? I love all that. As long as they do those things and they give me the due respect that I need, we all good.
And that's something that I have seen, that women, before they love you, they gotta respect you. If they don't respect you,
Exactly.
they don't love you.
You don't get with a woman that takes you lightly. What's that? Sirach 7:16.
Don't get a light.
Yeah, pull that for me real quick. We gotta pull that. He's Sirach chapter 7 verse 16 or something like that. Yeah, but you don't take a woman. Yeah, 7:16, I believe, something like that. Yeah, that's just a slime ball ass Israelite brother right there. I want to take both of my wives out, get their nails done, their hair done together, take them out to eat,
7 and 60.
something like that.
This is number not thyself among the multitude of seven.
Here we go. It was on the same right chapter. Sirach 7 and 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light. That is very. She just don't take you seriously. That's it. But that will cause a man. That will cause a man to show favoritism with his wives because one wife just takes him lightly. But then, yeah, you got it. But then he should have been cautious. I would say I'm not gonna say I know for a fact. I think he was dealing with his rod more than he was dealing with his brain.
Oh.
Well, if a man has a woman that takes him lightly, he was dealing with his rod more than he was dealing with his brain. I'm not gonna say that's 100%, but I'm gonna say, hey, according to my understanding, knowledge, and my experience in this world, that's what happened. That's what happened to me. You know.
Yeah, that's what happened with me too. But the third one, that's when I told her what it was.
Yeah, it gets to that like, hey, I'm just gonna, hey, this is what it is.
And this is like, this is when I was in the world.
I
was just like, this is what it is.
After a couple times, you just find out that you just got to spill it all out there. Just tell how it is.
That's when you find out if they really the real. Because you get with them and you have two wives, you have two firstborns. You want to make sure that your firstborn gets a double portion. I mean, he gets an inheritance, but you want to make sure that the inheritance go to the right person. You don't want to cheat your bond. You know what I'm saying? The strength of your honor. You know what I'm saying? Cheat him out of his inheritance. You don't want to do that. So you got to be careful when you choose these wives, man. It's really important choosing a wife. That's why I only have 1.5. It took me a while to choose her. It was a while before Stephanie. I haven't even given her a name yet, but I've known her for a while. And I was just thinking of me. I was like, man, I can't think of a name. I can't think of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got to name it after something beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Or usually, like you see a beautiful tree or something beautiful, you would name a woman after. You know what I'm saying? Or a word that sits on her spirit that, you know what I'm saying, applies to something beautiful. And that's what you would name her after. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you'll name her after a football. Saying it in Hebrew, I like a football look beautiful. A baseball look beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I like that ball that curves. That girl have them curves. You know what I'm saying? I hit it out the park. So, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but, you want to give a woman a beautiful name after a beautiful tree or rose or something like that to touch her spirit, to cause that femininity to be in her. You want to put that feminine spirit on her at all times. And that's what I've learned over time. You don't want a woman named Gabar Shara. You know what I'm saying? Warrior Princess, she's next to you on the line. Just, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just, she's like, yeah, con. You know what I'm saying? She got that spirit on her. It's a masculine spirit, man. But yeah, let me get back to this right here, bro. This is crazy. Now here we go, right here. I gotta look this word up real quick. Stubborn. Revolters, revolting, slide back, backslide away, withdrew. To rebel, be stubborn, be rebellious, be refractory. Primitive root, to turn away, i.e. morally, be refractor, away, backsliding, rebellious, revolt, slide back, stubborn, withdrew. So let's go back over here real quick. Deuteronomy 21 and 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that, when they have chastised him, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay a hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place, to the leaders of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of the city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. So, how would that go down? Do you think we'll have a lot of young men and women that will be on their game?
Hell yeah. They'll listen because that's when that fear comes.
Because they listen. They don't want to die.
Yeah. Like when I was a kid, if I didn't do this stuff my mom told me to do before she got home from work, she'll beat me. So I had that feel like, damn, I gotta do it. But after a while, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, oh man, if she gonna hit me, just hit me already. But that's when I got older and I was already used to getting hit. But as a younger, I used to do it all the time because then after that, she wouldn't let me go out. And I didn't want to rebel against her.
Your conversation sounds like mine. Had no father in it. Because that man be there to beat that ass. He'll snatch you up, put you on the wall.
Yeah, and my stepdad, he wouldn't say nothing. He would just tell me, hey man, listen to your mom. But he wouldn't, he never laid a hand on me.
So he was a father figure. Like an action figure sitting on the desk. It just
but
sits there.
He wouldn't be there like in the daytime because he'd be working. And then he'll be with his daughters too.
Right.
So he'll
Father
go
figure.
there here and there until when he got with my mom, married her, and had a baby with her. That's when he was with her a lot. But most of the time, he would come late from work because he'd be working. He'd do the side hustle, side fixing cars. By that time, we were already out. I was already out.
Yeah. Man, I was going to Escondido High School. Basically, I had an apartment to myself. Nobody knew. I didn't tell nobody, except a couple of females that are my girlfriends. I had about in my day. It was how many girlfriends you can have when I was in high school. So I tried to have at least about 10. You know, whoremonger, didn't know better. You know, I wasn't a gluttonous, but at the same time, I had no discipline. So it was like disciplining myself. Like, I don't want this because when I got my ass whooped by my stepdad, it was an ass whooping you wouldn't forget. And I didn't go my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Got picked up in a corner. Boy, you better straighten your ass up. You hear me? Do you? You know what I'm saying? Got that slave whooping.
Trying to pick you up.
The
car, I got you.
But yeah, it was like that, man. It was now it's like the understanding because you want your son to be an asset to you. You know what I'm saying? You always take care of your assets and you invest in your asset. You know, you put more into an asset, and that's what you do. You build it up. And then, like, if your son don't want to be an asset, man, that's heartbreaking, bro. That's heartbreaking. Not to raise a man not to be a good asset for the family. You know what I'm saying? To put families in the community, get him a beautiful wife, just stunning. You know what I'm saying? I want to see my bond walking with a stunning wife. And if she ain't a dime, she has 6 or interchangeable 6. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him with a beautiful wife, but her submission and her subjection is way more important than looks. Because that submission and that subjection overpowers everything. So she can be a 5, and with her submission, she is like a 6 or 8. You know what I'm saying? With that submission, she's just submissive. She's just so sweet.
That's why there's always that, like, those post people be saying, like, choose your baby mama wisely. Don't go for her body, go for her mind. And that's a real.
That is real.
Like body, like looks is not gonna teach your kid. It's gonna be the mind. If the mom, like the girl, the woman who you pick to be your baby mama has a beautiful mind. You know, she listens and stuff like that. And To you, she's gonna be beautiful. Like, hell yeah, she listens to me. I have a good mother and stuff. But today, a lot of guys go for looks, and they find out that the girl's
Shit,
mind is
damn
all
dragon.
jacked up. Like,
She a damn dragon. Blowing fire and shit all over the place. So fire breathing dragons. You know what I'm saying?
but now you got them, big girls. Like, they just put makeup and they're like, everybody's like, damn, dog, she's thick and this and that. She has also messed up. So now you're like, damn.
She done built herself. What would you call it? She's built a lie. She's a lie. You know what I'm saying?
The social media, that's what it does to girls. It gives them validations from different guys, and then different guys conform. What I noticed is they conform what other people like.
Can't do that.
Yeah, they conform to.
And that's part of being rebellious when you was young and listening to your elders and what they was talking about. That leads to that rebelliousness. You know what I'm saying? And then you got, I grew up in shape. You know what I'm saying? When I got older and from working out every day for fucking 10 years, you get tired. It's like, fuck. But as I'm young, I would never be overweight. Never want my body to be overweight. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, man, that's very important as a father in the home. That was talking about both parents right there. Both parents came up with that decision. You know what I'm saying? And I like this comment one brother said, I'm not gonna mention his name. He said, cool. Woman's a single mother, right? And her kid graduates from college. Should she get the she's a single parent household and her kid graduates from college. Should she get the credit and the father get the credit, or should the mother get the credit? Single parent household, mother's raising a son by herself. Should both parents get the credit or the mother get the credit?
Oh, the father did it?
Huh? No.
Father?
Single parent household. It's a single parent household.
So it's just the mom.
It's just a mom and a son.
Whoa.
The son graduates college. Should the mother get the credit, or should both parents get the credit?
I think it should be the son who gets the credit and the mom, because the son, because he listened to his mom and put in the work to graduate, and the mom being there and giving him the right words to boost him up. Hey man, you gotta do this. What it is.
So okay, cool. So the mother gets the credit for raising him, make sure he stayed on his homework and did everything that that he needed to do to graduate, right?
So there's always that one moment someone asks you, what led you to this point? You're not going to say, oh, make sure I did. No, you're going to be like, my mom was on top of me, and everything like that. Mom made sure I did everything that I was supposed to do, stuff like that.
So then you have, what if the son fails? Should the mother get the credit?
Yeah.
Or the father get the credit?
Why?
Some women think different. Some women think the father should get the credit for that.
So you get the credit when he does good, when he does
When
bad.
he succeeds, I did it all. But he fails,
It's your fault.
that's how it is.
Now you get it both ways. So if he's a rebellious, gluttonous, a drunkard, that's on you, because she chose to have the single parent household. She left her relationship. And this is where that comes in, because one of the parents is not there. Statistically speaking, a 2-parent household is much better than 1-parent household. Now, if a father is in a home, single parent household with his son succeeds, he should get the credit. And if his son don't succeed, he gets the credit. I don't think a lot of women would discredit that. It's a matriarchal society. Not saying all women are like that, but I say the majority of them will think so. But the thing is, having these laws in place for our young men and women is very important. What if our daughters were gluttonous, drunkards, and stubborn? Don't listen. We taking her ass out there too to get stoned, but we not in our land.
Yeah.
So what would be the best thing to do? What would be the best thing to do?
Give them up for adoption.
What you think?
Give them a whoop.
They not listening to you.
Give them for adoption.
So now I'm going hard on that. This is what this conversation.
I think what I would do, just kick them out. It's just like, yo, if you gonna live in my house, this is the rules. If not, kick rocks. That's on you. And that's gonna make them realize that it's like shit. Life is not easy. It's hard. I gotta find somewhere to stay. I gotta find somewhere to put my clothes. I gotta find jobs to support me. You know, I gotta see how I'm gonna get there. I need a car. I need insurance. All this, to start realizing all that crap that they have to do. And that's what it is with today's society. Since society has making it seem that giving your kid an ass whooping is bad, and that's why kids are being rebels and do what the hell they want.
Right.
Expect for everything to be given to their hands instead of earning it.
Huh.
Like, you gotta earn it. I'm not just gonna keep it to you.
Huh. And this Deuteronomy 21:19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place, the elders. So take that kid to the gate and let them whoop his ass. Let somebody else whoop his ass. And every time he mess up, in his head, now my parents gonna take me over there. I'm straight. You want to go to the gates? Let's go to the gates. That kid be bucking, crying.
And it's gonna be worse because everybody's gonna be seeing it. Yeah, that's that kid. He's getting his ass whooped for not listening.
Exactly. Because everybody sees it. And he's going to want to straighten up. Because he don't want everybody to know that he's in that type of situation when he's a rebellious kid. No women are going to want him because they don't want to be with a man like that.
It's funny because then you have parents when they supposedly humiliate the kids by giving them a messed up haircut.
Yeah.
Or make them wear something on them. And everyone's like, oh, that's kind of messed up for them doing that to their kid. But it's like, no, they're actually putting it out there to let you know, like, this is the reason why. And it's the same thing with the
It's a good precept right here. It's a good precept for that.
It's the same thing with what the Bible is telling. Like, yo, everybody's seeing that you're getting your ass whooped, so no one's gonna pity you because the reason why you're getting your ass whooped is because you're not listening. Your parents can't do it, so he's making other people to do it to whoop your ass. So now you're gonna have to listen. You don't want to be put.
That's what the gate and the elders are here for.
That's what I gotta say about the bad haircut and everything like that. It's not so bad. You like you know what I'm saying, either like you just don't give your son a haircut or something like that, or let his clothes get old and everything until he starts acting.
So you listen to me, huh?
Yeah. But it's just the fact that the backlash that when that kid goes to school, what he's gonna get from school, that right there, because I've seen it happen.
But that's what's gonna happen to this one right here too.
No, but people thought different back then. They know what justice was. They know what judgment was.
Times change, not people.
Times
Go ahead,
changed.
go ahead, right? But I like both of you. I like both of y'all. What y'all saying? Both y'all is a good decision. Keep going.
It's just what that kid's gonna hear from other kids and everything, the embarrassment and everything, that can make him kill himself. You know what I'm saying?
He don't want that no more.
Hey, he's gonna like hear it all day from kids, and that's like.
See, I know how to get to now. You see that? He learned that from me. I was like, all right, because I already thought about that. I let your clothes go old and your shoes look raggedy and go to school and see how you feel.
Oh yeah.
See, don't want that. No haircut here.
Damn, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how long you gonna wolf for? How long you gonna wolf? He's like, now I'm trying to braid my hair now, bro. You can't lie no more, bro. Just say, hey, I messed up with my pops. My pops punishing me, bro. And everybody gonna look at you like, dang, yo.
It's funny. There was this one guy from my high school. He used to get clowned by this one guy all the time. This other guy, this other Issachar buddy. And I said, how come you don't see nothing? He's like, nah, man, I don't know what to clown. I'm like, I don't want to bring it up. I'll tell you something. Have you ever noticed he's always wearing the same Levi's? The only difference is the shirt and his shoes, but it's always the same Levi's. It's like, for real? Like, yeah, notice. And every day I'm like, look. Oh, next day, look, did I tell you? Look. And then after that, he's like, hey, you're right. He's always wearing the same Levi's. There you go, dog. You clown my mom, dad if you want. But he never did. He was humble. But I told him, because the other guy used to clown on him all the time. Bad, and I used to just like, man, and I'm like, how come you don't say nothing? I was gonna say something, but then I'm like, that's between them. I don't want to get involved. But then at the end, I got involved. I'm like, look, I don't got nothing. It's like, look at his Levi's. He's wearing the Levi's all the time. The only difference is the shirt and his shoes.
Yeah.
And it was 2 pairs of Levi's.
Right.
And he started noticing.
Hey, that's all you need is 2 pair of Levi's. You good.
Yeah.
You just said your shoe game and your shirt game can be vicious. You know
But it was just funny how the guy, he would never say nothing, and he would just get clown on. Because the guy would clown on him about his clothes, the way he was dressed.
Right.
But I'm like, my head was like, this was rocking different kind of outfits. You're wearing the same shit. You're wearing pro clubs and 2 different kind of jeans, dog. And I know it's the same jeans because I seen them.
Yeah.
But I
He
didn't
came
say
to them
nothing.
jeans like, hey. 501s, 501s. You know what I'm saying? Not 541s. Those are 541s.
All right, check this out. And because of that, and because those punishments happened to that young man and that young woman, Deuteronomy 21:21, and all men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put away evil from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. Verse 22. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God. That thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. So some people are hung. I don't want to get too much into that because I need another precept for that. So Kal Asherah, Debar Yahweh, Anaya Shai, Wanashemai, or that Yahweh said, what we doing here? Shalom Israel. We're gonna get to the next topic. Excuse me. All right. This is Deuteronomy 22 and verse 1. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. If thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thy own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it to him again. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost thing of thy brothers which he hath lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way. So hold on. Yeah. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. So I say, me and Zanak was going to the batting cages like I think 2-3 weeks ago, and what I've been noticing is when I'm on the freeway, I'll be seeing Israel on the side of the freeway, and I see him, I'll be like, damn, I be want to pull over because that's the same thing. His ox is in a ditch, his car is broke down in a ditch. Most how I want to see you help. You know, I was talking to my wife, I was reading this Thursday, and I was like, nah, you're not stopping for no man. Not even for a woman. Be cautious. Even if you know, I don't want my woman stopping for nobody.
Me as a man, I'll stop and help. You know what I mean? If I so choose and if I feel in the spirit to do so. At the same time, what's up? Just call this one bubble. So right now we don't know anybody who has an ox or a donkey or anything of an animal that is lost, like they pit bull. I'm gonna be kind of shy to walk up on a pit bull and bring them back to you. You know what I'm saying?
I be seeing dogs when I'm driving, but then there's no collars, so then I'm like,
Yeah. But the good thing is to bring it home and put up signs everywhere. And that's what I did one day, is knocking down bought something home and say, can we put flyers up and see if it's anybody's dog? But to me, they wanted a dog anyways. So I don't think they would have, I mean, now I'm thinking, I don't think they would have put much effort in to get somebody to come and get the damn dog. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I don't know what I was thinking at that time, but as I'm thinking right now, I'm like, man, they wouldn't have put that much effort in. They wanted to keep that damn dog.
It was a cat.
It was a cat? Oh, that's why I said no. That cat ain't stupid. That cat know where he lives. Cats ain't dumb, man. I don't like cats, bro. They will spray your place, bro, and be stank.
It was a little cat. Out here in the trenches.
That was straight. But yeah, man. So it's like actually seeing somebody on the side of the freeway. They're broke down on the side of the freeway, and you know what I'm saying. You help them out. You stop by. You help them out, and you know, so you get them going on their way. Just like that. You know, it's just like finding somebody's dog in the neighborhood. You see their dog lost in the neighborhood. See if it's friendly. Try to get it. See if it has a collar. And if it don't, just put pictures of the dog around the neighborhood that it was in. And somebody will call you. And they'll come and get their dog from you. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right, let me go on this one. This is Zanak's favorite precept coming into the truth. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. So let's look into this, because it's been rearranged everywhere. So when you look into the KJV translation count, vessel, instrument, weapon, jewel, armor barrier, stuffed thing, armor, furniture, carriage, bag, miscellaneous. Let's look at this one real quick. All right, implement, article, object, general, utensil, implement, apparatus, vessel, implement of hunting or war, implement of music, implement tool of labor, equipment, yoke of oxen, utensils, furniture, vessels, receptacle, general, vessels, boats of paper, reed. So what that woman cannot wear, hunting of or war, armor, male apparel, warlike apparel. Now, let's think about it, and let's be biblical. Let's be scholars. Let's think like scholars on this one of the questions we have to ask when we're talking about this. Okay, if it's the war apparel, right? When I looked into shall not wear that which pertaineth, war apparel is talking about unto a man. The war apparel that pertaineth unto a man. So your garment, woman can't be putting on that's your war apparel. When we hit these highways and byways, your woman can't be wearing your war apparel. Now, Let's see for this one. A woman's garment. Clothes, garment, apparel, cloth, clothing. All right. Perhaps by permutation for the feminine of through the idea of a cover assuming the shape of the object beneath, a dress, especially a mantle, apparel, cloth, garment, raiment, compare. Okay, so it's talking about a woman's apparel is her dress. A man cannot wear that which pertaineth unto a woman. A woman cannot wear which pertaineth unto a man. Man cannot wear which pertaineth unto a woman. All right. So, is this saying women can wear pants? Or are we doing too much?
Well, this is you can't wear a man's apparel. Jeans, pants is man's apparel.
When we look into the Hebrews talking about war apparel,
A woman can wear jeans.
it's not saying that either. It's saying men cannot wear which pertaineth unto a woman. It's saying dress, garments, covering, mantle, wrapple. Let's see the garments. Let's look up garments real quick. Let's go. Let's dig. Let's go. Let's be some deep divers. Deep divers. Garment, an item of clothing, costume, outfit, habit. Robe, shift, cover, covering, clothes, clothing, dress, grab, attire, get up, rig out, gear, togs, rags, tuds, garms. I don't see anything in here pertaining to, let's see, is it trousers? Is trousers in here? Women used to wear trousers. What are trousers? Let's see. Oh, well, I spelled that right. No, I didn't. Let me see. Trousers or pants? Trousers or pants, as far as I see right now. But now let's look at it in threefold, right? The scripture's always talking about look at things in the third dimension. You know what I'm saying? Speaks it in Ezekiel with that. War apparel, masculinity. Women can't wear what's pertaining unto a man. A woman is feminine, a man is masculine. A man can't wear a woman's feminine spirit because it goes with that dress. A woman can't wear a masculine spirit because it goes with the war apparel. When you go to war, it's masculinity. Women don't go to war. A woman can say, "Well, today we do." You have never been to war beside today in the society you have. You got the right to homosexual presidents. Hey, a woman can't wear which pertains unto a man, his attire and his spirit.
Well, pretty soon they're not going to go to war if something pops up over there in Afghanistan. They're going to have to go there. So all the women there in the military is going to have to go over there, and that's gonna
Why all that stuff?
suck for them because if the Taliban get them, they'll probably end up raping them, and if not,
Of course.
then the people in the army are going to be raping them also because it's already happening.
You know why all that stuff is
Deuteronomy
going on, right?
21. They're gonna make her shave her head and shave her nails. What's up?
So you know why all that stuff's going on, right?
Why?
Because Trump had, I think it was either Trump or Biden, but they signed like a deal or something that they'll leave because the Taliban stayed away because America was always there, but America signed a deal that they'll leave in October, by the end of October. So there's very few American soldiers over there. And that's why the Taliban's taking over. And once October comes, Taliban has Afghanistan all to themselves.
All right.
Because America can't go back over there. And if they do, China and Russia are going to step in, like they said they would. And Iran.
Persians. Edom and Lot. Hey, let it rain, baby, let it rain. I want to see the king, baby. Hey, it is what it is, man. So Deuteronomy 22, verse 6. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way in any tree or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dame sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dame with the young. But thou shalt in any wise let the dame go, and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days. All right. So you see a bird nest fall, need some eggs. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to take the chicken along with the eggs. You're going to leave the chicken there and take the eggs. It's best you just take the eggs so the chicken can produce more eggs to eat. Right? That way your days can be prolonged and you always have something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Or take the dame to your house and put the nest up there and it just be living in your house. Oh, yeah. All right. Now here goes the embattlement. Here goes the embattlement right here. Or balcony. That's on your roof. You know what I'm saying? It's a biblical thing for you to have a balcony on your like second story going out. You know what I'm saying? You can walk out there. It's good to have a balcony. Deuteronomy 22 and 8. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence. Thou shalt not sow. Now that is a law you wouldn't think would be in there, but it's in there, huh? A battlement, so you can walk on. It's a balcony. Walk on top of your house. Why? Battle. So you can. You know what I'm saying? You want to hit people from the top of the house. That's why I say, hey, in those days, get to your rooftop. You need a battlement up there. Get to your rooftop. Don't come down. People try to come up, pop. Have a water hose. Built one going up your house to the roof. Why? So something happens, they try to set your house on fire to get you out of there. You can let the fire, you can take the fire out. You know what I'm saying? Have a sprinkler system. All right. Here we go. Deuteronomy 22:9. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. All right. And that is a good thing. Like a female was talking on a thing today. The brother hit her with a good thing. The woman asks, why can't a woman have multiple husbands like the man can have multiple wives? Well, just like you have a land, right? And you have a field. You can't sow your field with diverse seeds. Because if you do, nobody's going to know whose seed it is. If you don't know whose seed it is, that's a bad thing. That's whore. That's whoremonger. That's a different God, a man, a different power. You got to know who the seed belongs to. It's going to look different. That's what you call cross what?
Crossbreeding?
Exactly. Most High don't want you crossbreeding. All right? And that's just like me. I don't want to sow thy field with diverse seed. I don't want somebody else coming behind me and sowing their seed on my field that belongs to me. The itch I took from war. You know what I'm saying? We had war. I took her from war. Didn't have a shave her head or clip her nails, but man, never mind. Got that from his mama. Anyways, that verse 10, thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. This goes back to the merchants right there. That's why this came about, the merchants and stuff. They was selling all type of clothing with mixed diverse, you know what I'm saying, diverse sorts of fabric and stuff. This back then they was doing crazy stuff. Verse 12, thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vestures, wherewith thou coverest thyself. We're keeping that. We're doing that, right? Okay, now we're talking about laws of morality. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father shall lay unto the elders. The damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her. Why he's bringing her name? Hey man, she wasn't no virgin, man. She already gave up the kitty cat. Verse 17, and lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, and saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of the city shall take the man and chastise him, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, again, but if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the man of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. Why is she being put to death?
Because she's not a virgin. She lied.
Huh?
She lied about being a virgin.
How can you tell they lied about her being a virgin?
Because she took the death of the dowry.
Close,
Because the dowry is for her being a virgin.
right?
She took it.
Okay, they took it. They took it. What's come on. I got it. When he brought up the claim of her not being a virgin, the father went up there without a dowry. They spent it. They hurry up and spent the money. They knew she wasn't a virgin. It was like, man, we finna keep this money. We finna spend it. You're not supposed to spend the money until after the man goes into it. And he finds that she's a virgin. You know what a wicked Israelite sister is saying? It's probably because he's like this.
I know. I'm just saying, why would they say that?
Hey, it happens. All right, Deuteronomy 22 and 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the men that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. What do y'all think about that? That's a beautiful precept right there. It'll be a lot of brothers out there not sleeping with other men's wives. It'll be like sister, and the sisters wouldn't be doing it either. Huh? For me? No, I'm always an Edomite. How would I not be? Well, I would say the case, yeah, because they had a husband before they had me. Okay. Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So shalt thou put away evil from among you. So, if a man sleeps with a married woman, yes, right? Do you get the concept of a man sleeping with a woman that's betrothed, like she's engaged? But it called her. The Most High called her his wife, and he called him her husband as a fiance. Or how are they husbands? How are they husband and wife?
Because they had sex.
No, she said betrothed.
I think he gave her like he gave her like gold. Talks in the book of Genesis to mark it to make her seem that she's already been taken, not taken, but she's been betrothed by a man.
Go ahead, Zena. You settle with that? Because a fiance is a wife. In courtship, once that woman agrees to be in courtship with you, she's only being with you. She's agreed for only be you to teach, and you are her husband. You just haven't went in and consummated it yet. You haven't made it official. But once you court a woman, that's your wife. You're betrothed. We betrothed. You're my wife. You're her husband. That's just how it is. So if a man sleeps with, she's worthy of death. She's promised to be your wife already. I think that's fair. Very much. Very much so. Now you got rape. Watch this. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, so is this matter. All right. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, the man that lie with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. Our firstborn did that. But at the same time, to respond to 29, you can never put a virgin away. You get a virgin, you can't ever put her away. Ever. You got an unwrapped gift. Virgins are rare. Rare. It's like a diamond in a rough that can't be found. Gotta get them 18 to 24. 18 to 24.
Well, now you're gonna have to go to a third world country because in America, you can what's that say?
I guess we're going to a third world country.
I know.
Well, in Russia, though.
Haiti. Haiti got a bunch of beautiful women, bro.
Prostitution, man, is crazy over
It is.
Right
But also-
earthquake over there happened in Haiti too.
Hey man, them women are loving. I wouldn't even want to bring the women over here.
Yeah, I mean, either.
It's so cheap to live over there. Sending her $200 every month is damn good. Paying the rent and stuff.
You got $1,000, little baby go fix it up so when daddy comes. Daddy back.
There you go. So I'll be in IT a lot.
Probably be there for 2 months. We're back.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, get that crypto and stuff currency going, boy. We make a trip, boy. I'm like, yes, no work. Gotta go. Huh? Hey, there's Sunday. There, boom.
I got a virgin.
You got a virgin? That's good. That's good, man. Hey, the water Yahweh about Chanel Shaka. Like I told her mama, it'd be nice if she can go get her checked to make sure she is one.
Okay.
See if her hyphen ain't broken.
But it breaks easily. Like you can ride a bike.
Are you giving me excuses?
No, I'm just saying.
I know that. I'm 40. I know that. That better come up in a conversation, though. All right, here we go. Going to chapter 23 now, man. The conversations we have over here. So, this is Deuteronomy 23, verse 1. He that is wounded in the stones or have his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Verse 2, a bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. An Ammonite or a Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. Why? Here we go. Because they met you not with bread, because they met us not with bread
and with water in the way when we was going through the wilderness, right? When you came forth out of Egypt, and because they hired against thee Balaam, the son of Beor of Pethor of Mesopotamia, to curse thee. They talking about a prophet. That was a Mesopotamian prophet. They hired Balaam of Pethor, Lord, son of Pethor. Let's look up Balaam, what it means. Well, they letting that little boy run all around the house.
Sound like a little bigger.
Balaam, not of the people, the son of Beor, a man endowed with a gift of prophecy, a town in Manasseh, i.e., a foreigner. Balaam, a Mesopotamian prophet, also a place in Palestine. Balaam. Okay. Verse 5. Nevertheless, the Lord thy God would not hearken unto Balaam, but the Lord thy God turned the curse into a blessing unto thee, because the Lord thy God loved thee. Hey, Ammon and Moab, the Chinese and the Koreans, boy, they ain't getting no salvation, because that's who that is. Moab is who?
Chinese.
Exactly. Ammon is who?
Japanese.
Japanese. God. Verse 6 is speaking about verse 5 and 4. Thou shalt not seek their peace nor prosperity all the days of forever. Don't seek their peace or their prosperity. Don't seek their peace. All right, 27, different topic. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. So let's tackle that real quick. Abhor. 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 Let's see. Ta'ab. All right. Abhor. Abominable. Abominably. Abhor. Be abominable. Be abominable. Be abominable. Do abominably. To be abhorred. To be detested. In the ritual sense, in an ethical sense. To loathe, abhor, regard as an abomination. In the ritual sense, in the ethical sense. To cause to be an abomination. To make abominable, do abominably. All right. So let's see. See what that means. Boom. Causing abominable means causing moral revulsion, loathsome, detestable, hateful. Disgusting. I will not do what they did to us. Rape their males, rape their children. I do nobody abominably. That's against the law. I hate them with a good hatred, though.
Wow.
I'm like thy father is in heaven, or trying to be like thy father is in heaven. That's what I'm trying to do. So thou shalt not abhor an Edomite.
Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. It's talking about doing them disgustingly. That's against the law. Ain't gonna do that. Deuteronomy 23:8. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in their third generation. When the host goes forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing. Salah. When the host goeth forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing. If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness, that chanceth him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. So when we go to war against people, man, you got to make sure that you keep your hand away from every wicked thing. You got to be righteous in all your ways. Just got to walk in the righteous way. It gets perilous. It gets perilous, man. You know, it gets hard to do, but you just keep doing it. Keep striving for the best. All right. All right. Verse 11. But it shall be when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water, and when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again. Thou shalt have a place also without the camp, whither thou shalt go forth abroad. And thou shalt have a paddle upon thy weapon. And it shall be, when thou wilt ease thyself abroad, thou shalt dig therewith, and shalt turn back and cover that which cometh from thee. For the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp, to deliver thee, and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee, and turn away from thee. So that lets you know that there are angels amongst us. If he's telling us to scoop a hole in the ground and take a dump in that and cover it up, because the angels walk amongst us. That's crazy, huh?
That's what they used to do.
Yeah. They still do that now, but imagine just swinging around in a circle trying to hit one. Let's just see if they're there.
Try it right now.
No, I'm not that stupid. But I already know that they're here. One day, man, I was so mad as a not. Forgive me, Abba. I was the shot.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
No, it was before you got mad that you did.
What happened? What happened?
I said something about the angels. Man, I don't even want to talk about it. Something bad just happened. Yeah, we get on video talking about that. Y'all ain't got no business listening to us and our personal problems.
I'll hear the story.
Yeah. Okay. Verse 15. Thou shalt not deliver unto his master the servant which is escaped from his master unto thee. He shall dwell with thee, even among you, in that place which he shall choose in one of thy gates, where it liketh him best. Thou shalt not oppress him. Talking about your own people. You got your own servant fleeing. But who does that go with? Your wife is your servant. Your son is your servant.
Your camp.
And they flee to somebody else's house for, you know what I'm saying, for protection, because their master beating the hell out of them. That works both ways. You know. Yeah, I wish I was talking about this in these last days. You know, don't think of it. Don't think lightly that you think that the Lord delay it and He not coming. And you start beating on your servants.
Isn't that in the gospel?
Hmm?
Isn't that in the gospel?
Mm-hmm. Verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. She said that. The girl on the TV said that. She's like, the men are whoring out the women by doing polygyny. I gotta know how that is so. I gotta know. I don't know how that is whoring out a woman, having multiple wives. Can anybody think of anything in that area?
Only time that it can just become born is just sleeping with a whole bunch of women, and just making your wife and everything.
Say it again.
I said, only thing I can think about is just if you just start just sleeping with a whole bunch of women, and then become your wife and everything.
Well, that would make the man a whoremonger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna come up and something. 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. She said, there is no scripture in there saying that a woman can't sleep with another woman. Is that true, Zanakoria?
Say that again?
Is that true?
What?
Is there a precept in here that says, are there any precepts in here that says a woman cannot lie with a woman?
Yes.
Can you find it, please?
Well, hold on. Now, it depends on what situation you're talking about. I'll have to say.
I'm not trying to be complicated.
I know. Um, lesbians are unlawful. Like it says in Romans. Like it says in Romans,
You all right back there?
I was drinking and I had to call it. Take drop could have won it.
Well, no, you won't see that. You'll see that saying, like the brother responded. He responded back, but don't you understand that a lot, but not all applies to men and women? And I would have went to that one right there, burned in their lust towards one another, doing that was unseemly towards one another, burning their flesh, burning their flesh towards one another, doing something unrighteous. I'd have went to that. Because what she was doing, she was making a lot of things acceptable and uncomfortable to a lot of women that don't know better. That's what was happening. Because you can totally tell the women on there don't want a relationship where a man has multiple wives.
usually if it is, it's usually for guys that don't see as valuable. A normal guy. If it was a guy that had, money and had his stuff together, it made her feel like, damn, like I either get with his program or he could just find another one.
Yep. What you say, John? But remember, women are hypergamous.
Right.
Something about you they like. They want to
John,
do
you
it.
got some girls, got some women that they really appreciate who you are and how you are and how smart you are and how valuable you are. They'll get with what you with. You know what I'm saying?
Get on your program.
They'll get on your program and everything. You know what I'm saying? They'll do anything to make you happy. You know what I'm saying? But then you got some that just don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Those are the ones you find in a beta male relationship. Because most women look for weak men. Not all, but most women look for weak men. They want a weak man. They don't want an alpha male. Because they know if they mess with an alpha male, they're going to have to submit. They're going to have to do the things they don't want to do. And half the time, the stuff they're talking about, which is the reason why they don't want to do it, never happened to them. Always happened to somebody else.
It's the one that happened to them. Or
That
if
fear.
they did, it happened to them when they were young.
And if it did happen to them, that's what happened between you and that guy. Your problem's with him, not us.
Yeah. And usually they be throwing it at your face, but if you tell them, oh, this is what you did the same thing that my ex used to do, they'll be like, oh, why you gotta compare me? It's like, well, you're comparing me to your exes, what they did to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've seen.
Come. Here goes a good one. Deuteronomy 23:18. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow. For even both these are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. A vow is a promise. That's what you give to a woman in marriage. You can't bring the vow of a woman into a promise and a covenant of the Most High into your house. That's a whore. I'll read it again. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore. Right? It's a dowry. You can't give a whore a dowry. Or the price of a dog. That's a heathen. Into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow, for even both these are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Remember, we can turn a heathen woman away and she can go. You don't have to bring her to the house of the Most High. Turning a hoe, you can make a hoe a housewife, but she got to repent first to the Most High before you try to do that. The Most High way more powerful than you are. He know how to test her without her running off. She ain't got nowhere to run or him. When you put her to the test, she got a place to run away from you. She ain't gonna want to put up with that. But you got the Most High stopping her at every turn in life. She gonna repent.
Well, when you say that, what do you mean? Like, the Most High, how to first she has to be right with the Most High before you get with her?
I would say a woman that's repenting from prostitution or a stripper, I wouldn't fuck with her until she's repented to the Most High first. I would leave her slap alone. Because she got so many bodies on her, so many spirits. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing about the arguments y'all will get into. How that will be. She'll think that you're a trick about to beat her. That go all the way to the left.
Wait, you beat her?
I mean, her trick will be beats her, whoop her ass.
That's
Her pimp. That's her pimp. And she might think you're doing the same thing and might have a flashback. It triggers her and go off and cut you up. What'd you say?
PTSD.
Gotta be careful. Gotta allow some women to heal. You know what I mean? Deuteronomy 23:9. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to, in the land whither thou goest to possess it. All right? Can't be lending brothers upon usury. Like, all right, bro, I'm gonna lend you 700. Gotta pay me back 9. What the fuck is that? Now you see how the bank see us. I'm definitely a heathen. No, I'm for you. Wow. Verse 21. When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it. For the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it will be a sin in thee. That's why I made a vow, a promise to the Most High, that I will fast every new moon. And I'm keeping it. It's building me up, strengthening me up. At the same time, he's testing me, building my strength up, my power up. Lock you. Clear the beard. But if thou forbear to vow, pay it back. It shall be. Hold on. Okay. Verse 21. When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it, for the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it would be a sin in thee. Now, this is important. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee. Forbear means to stop. So that means in your mind you said that you wanted to do this, but you didn't do it. Now watch this. That which is gone out of thy lips thou shalt keep and perform, even a free will offering, according as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God, which thou hast promised with thy mouth. So once it comes out of your lips, you gotta keep it. When thou comest into thy neighbor's vineyard, then thou mayest eat grapes to the fill at thine own pleasure, but thou shalt not put any in thy vessel. When thou comest into the standing corn of thy neighbor, then thou mayest pluck the ears with thine hand, but thou shalt not move a sickle unto thy neighbor's standing corn. We going out there, bro. We gonna eat tonight. Start cutting stuff off. Yeah, let's get this. Nah, man. But with that, I say, Ka Shara, the Bar Yahweh, Anaya Shai, Wana Shemai. All that Yahweh said, what we doing here. Come. All right. Deuteronomy 24, verse 1. Let me see, Satan. So now give me Matthew 19 and 1, Baba Kasha. And we're going to read the 8. I want you to read 8, and then you're going to skip back up to 1 and read from there. All right? This is Deuteronomy 24 and 1. When a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, she basically don't see that he likes her like that. He doesn't like me like that no more. You know what I mean? Or not anymore. He just never was into me like that. And that's when a woman takes you lightly. And that's when she gets mad and everything, and she starts acting up because you don't like her like that. So when a man have taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. All right. So give me that real quick in Matthew. Come over here, Baba Kasha.
Matthew 19.
Yeah, little base. Matthew
19 and 8. Skip to
19 and 8, and let's skip up to 1.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 8.
Con.
He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives from the beginning. But from the beginning, it was not so.
So in our camp, we teach brothers no divorce. You can cut her off for a time, or just cut her off, period. But can divorce her. And I don't believe in divorce. It was never so. Start from 1. We'll give you into context real quick.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass that when Jesus had finished these saying, he departed from Galilee and came into the coast of Judah beyond Jordan, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for mercy for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
Mm-hmm.
And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain.
That cleave is talking about after they parabond. They came together. That's why a woman shouldn't have multiple sex partners, because it defeats the purpose of parabonding with that mate. Because when you have sex with a woman, boy, they fall mad over heels. That's when, like, a lot of brothers be like, man, I have sex with a bro. She fell mad over heels. Nah, fool, she parabond with you. Her spirit and all, you big dummy. That's parabonding. A man and a woman, they parabond together. That's supposed to happen. And you got a lot of women now scared to do that, man. That's, damn. Bible, should I keep going?
Huh.
Damn, it was.
How long? When did you?
It wasn't that long. I had just did it. So let me go back to the precept then. So Deuteronomy 24:5. When a man have taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife, which he have taken. So that is the law. But this is 1 Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth. It remaineth. The time is short, right? These last days. That both they that have wives be as though they had none. Why? And they that weep as though they weep not. And they that rejoice as though they rejoice not. And they that buy as though they possess not. You got to move in that way because it's short. Time is short. We got stuff to do. We got to go. We got to do what we got to do. It's about the work of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what this dude did. Oh, okay. So cheer up is just, how else you gonna cheer your wife up, man? You're gonna put the whammy down for a whole year and teach her how to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Put the whammy down. And cheer her up and show her how to be with you, things that you like. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
What's your advice now? What do you think men should do now with a woman that they meet? What should be the steps now?
Well, times have changed, not people.
Right.
So when times is changing, people personality change, the characteristics change. You got two different worlds here now. You got the world of the righteous, the world of the unrighteous. We are the light upon the hill that shines that everybody sees. We got to do things different. We got to check the characteristics of these women and men. We got to see if they built for this. Why? Because that's the most high testing them, is how we test them. So you got to test the spirit by the spirit. And to fully answer your question, go into a little bit more. Ask me that again.
What is your advice for what's your advice on what men should do now
With women?
Yeah.
Regarding what?
When it comes to the steps to marriage?
Oh, marriage. I say wait to 6 months
6 months.
to a year. And it also depends on that woman too. I would say that too. There's like different stages to this. You know what I'm saying? It depends. I would say period. Like say you bought the female around the bros and the women. See how she acts around everybody. So she acts accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Is she up washing the dishes? She clean the room? Did she come over here and take the socks off your feet, put your flip flops on? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And just things, bring your plate. She serves you. And she doesn't ask for shit. I love a woman that don't ask for nothing. Nothing. She is all serving. She does everything for you. She doesn't ask for anything. What she does for you is what she wants to do for you. She asks for nothing.
So she doesn't ask for nothing in return.
Nothing in return. Okay, now do me. Okay, can you get my wine? I got yours yesterday. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that's.
You're my helpmeet. I don't want, my arm don't work. I don't want to lift up the cup, baby. Lift it up for me. This is a helpmeet. She's that extra muscle to help this arm do what it needs to do. And masculinity sounds so wrong to a lot of people, man. It like they're itching their ears and stuff. Like, oh, I don't like this. But it's the way we are. Accept us. Our nature is to discipline, instruct, and correct. All right? Protect. Discipline, instruct, correct, protect. You know what I'm saying? We do those things.
Provide.
Huh?
Provide.
Our resources. And it's an even exchange. The woman on TV start talking about how, and they want sex and this, they want to marry a woman, expect her to just give her body to you. We gotta watch this video, bro. Yeah, we expect that. It's an even exchange. You tell that woman the truth. Yes, I look at you. You are
Now
very
we
sexy.
think, now you think about it, yeah, that is even exchange. I'm giving you my resources, my money, my care, and I'm putting a roof over your head. All you gotta do is just
And also your life. Like if something pops up, I'm giving you my life. I'm gonna protect you. Some lot of freaking disrespect you. You expect me to say something, right?
Uh-huh.
So if daddy says go make me a sandwich, you go make me a
But,
sandwich.
and not just any motherfucking sandwich.
You
It
make me a
better be the
bomb-ass
best sandwich.
You know,
Yeah, your
sounds
best
very
sandwich.
big.
just like how you want me to speak up and some guy says something, then I'm gonna say something. Either way, I'm gonna say something, whether you like it or not, because it's respecting you. You're my woman.
Come.
So if I'm asking you for this, then go the same way. But girls don't want that. They say they don't want it, but they do want it.
The role of a
they don't
man.
know what they want.
But
They
the
want
thing
the
is
role
that
of a man.
they want you to make them do it.
I don't want that.
They don't want to do it like, okay, I'll do it because no, give me something to make me do it.
It's like a woman earning your attention.
Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't, like as a man, you shouldn't show so much attention to women like that.
It's just like how women talk about how guys want the wife,
Experiences. Yeah.
The woman want the husband experience too. So it's like, what the hell? Like,
Are you making fun of what I want?
yeah.
Yes, that's what you're doing. I'm just seeing if you're going to answer me correctly. You know what I'm saying? But okay, he said, "Cool. Tell him to be on his way." But at the same time, yeah, we finna go have some camaraderie, brotherhood, bro. So, get dressed, look fly. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Zana, Aria, when I say watch the attention you give a woman and how much you give her, why am I saying that?
Well, it's like, I've seen a lot of like alpha male videos in the manosphere and everything. It's like if you're always putting your attention towards women and everything, after a while, a woman not gonna want that. She's not gonna want you. She's gonna find you weak. You know, so you're always striving after and everything. But if you give her the space, you know what I'm saying, you do what you do, you know what I'm saying, you chill with the homies and stuff, chilling, she's gonna reach out for you. She's gonna want you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I can't spill all the secret sauce.
Don't, man. Just leave it on the burger. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? The attention. I'm not trying to say don't ever be a woman attention. They love attention. It is when you show too much attention like a woman, and that's what it turns out being. That too much attention. Let's get back to the scriptures, man. Let's get back to the scriptures. But that attention you show a woman that whole year is very important. But you also got to let a woman be by herself for a little bit, take everything in. She got to be able to take everything in. You know what I'm saying? Take it in. Take it in. Make sure. All right, Deuteronomy 24, verse 6. No man shall take the no man shall take the neither sorry, no man shall take the neither or the upper milestone to pledge. Let me see something. Okay, do that right there. Hmm. Okay. Y'all see what a milestone is? Oh, we didn't even plug the TV up. Hand me the cord right there, so I can.
Should be over here, right? Yeah, it's coming over there. Over here. Here.
Turn on the television. I want y'all to see this.
Are you going out or we're staying here for longer?
All right. Hey man, this thing is putting this stuff on mute because I didn't put that on mute. So
Probably press the M button.
the M button. Let's see if that works. That don't work. So no man shall take neither or the upper milestone to pledge, for he taketh a man's life to pledge. Who can grip that? What is it saying?
So I'm sitting.
This is the neither, mill or milestone. Hand mills, a pair of milestones for grinding. What's a pledge? Bands brought forth at all corruptly, offend, spoil, travaileth, vary, withholding, to bind, to take pledge, lay to pledge, to hold by a pledge, take in pledge, hold in pledge, to give a pledge, become pledge, to destroy, spoil, corruptly, offend. All right, to bring forth, to be ruined, to be broken, twist, to give a pledge, become pledged. All right, you got to put it together. No man shall take the neither or the upper milestone to pledge, for he taketh a man's life to pledge. We'll come back to that one because it is that one right there is the hardest ones I found in the Torah, and I read the Torah almost 5 times, I believe.
No man shall take. That's
Deuteronomy 24:7. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren, or I mean, if a, verse 7, if a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. Take heed in the plague of leprosy. So let's go. Take heed in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently, and do according to all that the priests, the Levites, shall teach you. As I commanded them, ye shall observe to do. Remember what the Lord thy God did unto Miriam by the way, after that we were come forth out of Egypt. When thou doest, so he took her melanin from her for rebelling against Mashah, her and Aaron. All right, verse 10. When thou doest lend thy brother anything, thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge. Thou shalt stand abroad, and the man to whom thou doest lend shall bring out the pledge abroad unto thee. So this is just finishing unto the pledge of the burden. Matter of fact, don't take the higher burden, the lower burden, right? Because a burden will cause you to take a man's life, a pledge, something you lent to him, you gave to him, and you're just taking that. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to break that down. It's coming to me, but I want to be 100% with it because I can grip it. I just don't want to grip it wrong. Verse 11. Thou shalt stand abroad, And the man to whom thou doest lend shall bring out the pledge abroad unto thee. And if a man be poor, thou shalt not sleep with his pledge. In any case, thou shalt deliver him the pledge again when the sun goeth down, that he may sleep in his own raiment, and bless thee. And it shall be righteousness unto thee before the Lord thy God. 14. Thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates. At this day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be sin unto thee. The father shall not be put to death for the children. So before I just said that right there, if that rule was applied and all the way around, it'd be a great economy out here. It'd be great. Verse 16. The father shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. Verse 17. Thou shalt not pervert the judgment of the stranger, nor of the fatherless, nor take a widow's raiment to pledge. But thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in Egypt, and the Lord thy God redeemed thee thence. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. So let me see something. Exodus 20 and 5, thou shalt not bow down thy head to him. Let me see. Let's see what y'all think about this. Exodus 20 and 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Right? Now read this. The father shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. So if he visits the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, can you explain the two?
If he visits the iniquity of the father's children.
Visited the iniquity of the fathers upon the children.
Oh yeah, he's judging the kids for the iniquity of their fathers.
Mm-hmm.
For what their fathers did, the kids is getting judged for.
Some will die. But will that contradict this precept right here?
No scripture contradicts.
Scripture interprets scripture. Huh? Can you break that down? Let's see if you can grip that.
Okay, I got you.
Sure.
Yeah. So it says, the fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Right? So that is if the father's still alive. If the father's still alive, he's going to be judged for what he did wrong. But if he's not, right, then that same thing with Esau right now. Their forefathers had into hardcore captivity and everything. And they're going to be judged for it.
I'm listening.
So the forefathers can't be judged for it because they're dead, right?
Our fathers are dead and they are not.
Right.
This is Joshua chapter 7, verse 19. And Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to the Lord God of Israel, and make confessions unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done. Hide it not from me. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and thus have I done. When I saw among the spoils of godly Babylonish garments, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them and took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran into the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before the Lord. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had. And they brought them unto the valley of Achor. And Joshua said, what hast thou troubled us? Why hast thou troubled us? And the Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones, and burned them with fire. And after that they had stoned them with stones, and they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So the Lord turned from the fierceness of his anger, wherefore the name of the place was called the Valley of Achor unto this day. Is it not? Can you explain that?
Now I'm giving some precepts to a brother that's telling me right now to prove his mom that we can't eat swine.
It's all good. No, that's good. Is it not?
It's that Issachar brother, Uriel.
Kind of remember.
Yeah.
What's up? I just read you something.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know you were reading something.
Always. So the thing is, Achan and all his family burned to death and got stoned.
Yeah, because he hid the gold in the dirt
in the ground.
Yeah.
Right? So Deuteronomy 24:16. The father shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall put to death for his own sin.
So then you're asking, why did the whole family die if he's going to get it? Probably because they knew about it and they didn't say nothing about it.
It doesn't say that anywhere in scriptures. We can think of it, but there's no precept to back it up.
So so is the Bible not contradicting itself?
Can I? Just right here. It's a really good spot right there.
So, what's going on? Exodus 20:5 said, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children. And this precept is saying this: neither father could die for the sins of the sons, neither does the sons die for the sins of the father.
Yeah, that part I was gonna ask you about because when I was reading it throughout the week, I was like, wait, what? And then when it shows in Isaiah about the judgment that's gonna come to the Edomites and the Esau, it's just like, wait. I was kind of getting confused right there.
Yeah, they don't count. Esau don't count.
It's talking about amongst Israel because of Khan. I mean, this is for us and them.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
know a lot of kids.
We'll talk about it right here.
It's judgment.
Yeah.
It's all about what the Most High setting an example for everybody. Some people are going to have to have an example out of. You're going to have to make an example out of them. You have the chance to repent. He's visiting the iniquity, but he may not do nothing. He may give you a chance to repent and see if you get out of it. He may. Me and Zanat probably did something wrong. We got into an accident at the same time.
I know that.
Give you a chance to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? See what you're doing is wrong. So what is it? Like I said, it's just judgment. Something that's just that way. Like some of the prophets didn't do nothing wrong, but they all went into captivity. Sometimes the Most High just said, "Fuck it, you all."
But then they just went into captivity, but they didn't suffer like our people, because they were more like.
I don't know how they suffered or not. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. I think it was like David and that was in captivity. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I'm not.
Daniel was in captivity with the Babylonians.
I don't want to be presumptuous. I'm talking about this captivity we just had for like 400 years, for 300 some years, and then we out about 60. We only been out of captivity for about 80 years.
How much in captivity though?
I mean, hardcore ass whoopings. And
well, now it's just mentally knowing the fact that damn, they gonna pull me to the side, blast me, or something, or deport me, or you know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have your green card?
You think about that? You think about that sometime?
I think about that with my people. There's times like I'll be like tripping out. Like, damn, man. What if I get stopped? You know, they try to search my car and like.
Right. Get real out here, man. Get real out here. But yeah, verse 17: Thou shalt not pervert the judgment of the stranger, nor of the fatherless, nor take a widow's raiment to pledge. But thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in Egypt, and the Lord thy God redeemed thee thence. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. When thou cuttest down thine harvest in thy field, and hast forgot a sheaf in the field, thou shalt not go again to fetch it. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. For the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the work of thine hands. When thou beatest thine olive tree, thou shalt not go over the boughs again. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. When thou gatherest the grapes of thy vineyard, thou shalt not glean it afterward. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. And thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Egypt. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. Call Asherah, the Bar Yahweh, Anai Shai, Banah Shemai. All that Yahweh said, what we doing here? Come on, man, get it together. Okay. Salak. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 1. If there be a controversy between men, and they come unto judgment, that the judges may judge them, then they shall justify the righteous and condemn the wicked. And it shall be, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, that the judge shall cause him to lie down and to be beaten before his face according to his fault by a certain number. 40 stripes he may
may give him, and not exceed, least if he should exceed and beat him above these with many stripes, 40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed. Least if he should exceed and beat him above these with many stripes, then thy brother should seem vile unto thee. All right, so what y'all gotta say about that? Getting an ass
So,
whooping from
brother-
a bro.
Everything but that. Well, being judged, at least you're getting whooped instead of getting stoned to death. So y'all take the whooping. I'd be alive, be bruised up, and freaking be dead.
The car like, beat me, please. Beat
Give me something to chew on too, dog.
Yeah.
It's not a fat one. We done.
Now, what more the wife?
Hmm?
What more the wife?
What about the wife?
This is controversy between men, and they come unto judgment, and the judges may judge them. Then they shall justify the righteous and condemn the wicked. And it shall be, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, if he be worthy to be beaten, if he's worthy to be beaten, then the judge shall cause him to lie down and to be beaten before his face, according to his fault by a certain number. 40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed. Least if he should exceed and beat him above these with many stripes, then thy brother should seem vile unto thee. So your other brother that you were wicked to beat you with 40 stripes.
Oh man.
So what more the wife?
Oh, what will happen to the wife?
What more the wife in the same predicament? She's wicked.
And she being wicked with you or another wife of yours?
Just with you. That was between you and a brother. Now this is between you and your wife.
Well, if she's wicked, though, you just put her away. It's just the way it lives to.
I mean, you can't put your wife away for everything. She's
I'm
going
saying for being wicked.
I mean, depending on the wickedness.
Yeah.
If it's
You were that silent truth, like David did to his
exactly.
wife. Like, you know what?
Oh
you
yeah, you
want
gonna
me?
be like that?
All right, don't worry. Got these other ones right here, girl. Go over there.
She
didn't have
died
no-
childless.
Yeah, there you go. And you know, back then, that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. It's just like the mother of Samuel. Wasn't she crying for the baby?
Mhm.
I mean, not Samson, right? Samson. I know it was in the book of Samuel, but it wasn't in Samson.
She wanted to have a baby.
Yeah, because she
No,
was
that
married.
was Jacob's. That was Jacob's wife.
No, but there was also for Samson because she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna offer my son to you." It was
We'll have to go back and see.
yeah.
But-
But she was praying, and one of the priests was telling her like, "Hey, don't pray to God
Oh,
because you were drinking wine." She's like, "Oh, it's not drinking wine. I'm like letting you know how I feel." And I think it was Samuel, the prophet. Wasn't it?
someone, Samson's mom.
Yeah.
But no.
No, I'm
It
just,
was
I'm
it was
just,
the wife of not of Samuel, but I think it was his father. The
no,
wife
but I'm
was
just
Ben.
saying like that will get her. It's gonna hurt her a lot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be childless, and that's
Yeah, back then, not giving a woman a baby. That was serious.
that was the value of it was. It's just like
Mhm.
she wouldn't care if you had another girl. It's just like, hey, let me have a baby. That's salvation
That's
for
her
them.
duty. Yeah.
And there was her duty.
Mm-hmm. Her duty.
Now it's just like it's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh no, I have a career.
But who's to discipline your wife? Nobody can discipline your wife but you.
Oh yeah,
If she deserves her ass spanked, she deserves her ass spanked. That's on you. You can't go to the elders and be like, man, your wife deserves an ass whooping, bro. Give her an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at you crazy. They counsel you in some cases, but hey, to say whether your wife get an ass whooping and she needs to be spanked, bent over your knee and spanked, that's up to you. Mhm. My wife need an ass spanking, I'm gonna spank her ass. Either one of them, I'm spanking ass. I pinch her on her ass or something. I do something, bring some tears out of her eyes. But I ain't gonna beat my wife. It's a difference. Beat, it's a closed damn fist. And
Beating something.
beat is a consistent thing. It's like he beat my ass last Saturday, Wednesday, Tuesday. once earlier. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. My husband one time he just knocked the hell out of me. How long has he been doing that? He just did it that one time, like 2 years ago. He deserved that shit. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's just like you deserve that shit. Like he doesn't do that regularly and nothing like that. Nah, you did something wrong.
Yeah, and the girls, and then today's was like, oh, because I did something wrong, he has to control. He can't control himself. He has to hit me. Well, damn it, it's the same thing with you females. If we do something wrong, you don't like it. You start hitting us for no damn reason, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that.
I wish.
Because there's some females that be
Wishing
doing
it
that.
would.
There's some females that be doing that. They don't think
you're
logically,
right. You're
and
right.
they're like, once they get cracked by someone, they're like, I can't believe she hit me. He's like, well, what do you expect for every action? There's a reaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
You weren't thinking logically, saying, damn, this guy is 100 pounds heavier than me. He could knock me the hell out, and I'm right here slapping him, thinking that he has to take it as a man.
Yeah.
Like
Like
nah,
my size is a weapon.
Like, look, baby, this is where equality comes in.
I believe in women's rights. I believe you should get equal treatment.
That was crazy, man.
All across the board, equal treatment.
For me, if I was ever in that situation, I would just crack. I mean, there was a guy friend next to her, whether it was cousin, brother, boyfriend. If I get hit by the woman, I'll just crack the husband, or I'll just get one of my homies. Hey, go beat her ass for me. I can't do it, so you do it for me.
I believe in equality. I believe in equality, man. But nah, man, it's a difference. That's why you always gotta ask every female before a relationship starts. What do you consider beat? What is beat to you? Because words mean something. Words mean something. You know what I'm saying? When you say beat, everybody thinking that you get elbows, kicks. You know what I'm saying? You done hit her 30 times to the face and the jaw. That's what they thinking about.
Right?
So you gotta break that down. What do you mean by beat? Oh, okay, he slapped me. So you gonna call a slap a beat? I don't consider that beat. I consider he slapped you. Can it turn into beatings? Yes. Can it turn into he beat you? That's a consistent basis. And even periodically, that's beat your wife. But if that man knocks you out one time and he's never done that before and he hasn't done that in months and years, something happened. Now you got to question that shit. Now you can't just come and saying that your husband beat you. What the hell do you do? What are you doing? Because men just don't. I'm not gonna say.
Oh man.
But the average man just don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to push his buttons. Yeah. Some motherfuckers you don't. They just wild like that.
And that bitch. Oh.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the average man is just don't do shit like that. It's just not. It was like, man, like get away from me. Like, what is peace? Leave. Like, go somewhere. Man, I need peace right now. I don't need your mouth. You know what I'm saying? He would rather run into traffic than fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? He'd rather dwell on top of a house with a lion in a corner than to deal with a loudmouth woman. You know? So, what more to wife? But it's always important to get that understood in a relationship before you go into that woman. Get those things understood, man. What do you consider this? And what is this? I think if you're getting out of line, I'm gonna spank you. Period. I'm gonna spank you. I'm gonna bend you over my knee. Pop, pop. I'm gonna spank you.
Don't form the position.
I believe in domestic position. It can't be done like that, like it's a sexual thing, because some women like that. It has to be more of a discipline measure. You know what I'm saying? It's not playtime. It's none of that. But to close fist and whoop on your woman and shit, nah, man. To even on a consistent basis slap your woman like that and shit, nah, man. I do believe my hand and a little rod that I spank the kids with on the butt, you know what I'm saying? Pat, pat, pow. You know what I'm saying? Or your hand, bah, bah, pow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that, woman. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, don't be cheerful to her. Just leave her by herself for a while. And yeah. But you always got to get, what do you consider beating? What do you consider all these things? Because don't think that I'm supposed to call the cops on you and the cops supposed to come here and discipline my wife that is out of order. And don't let a woman accuse you. You're the reason why I'm out of order. Like, damn, you have no self-control. You don't know how to talk. No man is the reason why a woman is out of control. She chooses to be out of order. She made that decision. She has her own mind to think. Her mind is not even after yours no more. It's after her mind. When you're supposed to get a woman that's after thy mind, she's doing the things that you want, how you want to do them. And when she starts doing those things, now it's after her mind in the world. That's what she's doing. And that's where shit has to come to a halt. When you're going to have to go into heaven with no arm. Cut her off. You know? But things there has to be an understanding from the beginning when you do these things with a woman. Because these are modern women. They're not traditional that I've seen. Some of them can act traditional, but it only lasts for a month or two. That traditional, that traditional character they have only lasts for a while. Even the ones that grew up in a two-parent home. The two-parent home was still dysfunctional. Daddy was a beta. Mama was masculine. She ran everything. Daddy just be like, go to your mama, ask your mama, baby. Got me effed up. I don't ask her for nothing until I say so. What do you want? Yeah. You know. And why did I say no? I don't know. Come on, think about it. Oh. Yeah. Let me finish this out. Verse 4. Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife, and perform duty of an husband brother unto her. And it shall be, the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother, which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders, and say, my husband brother refuseth to rise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband brother. So what did we just do? What just happened by doing that? You're bringing that brother back. That child is his. He's carrying his name. Verse 8. I'm gonna start at 7. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate, that means the leaders, unto the elders, and say, my husband brother refuses to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He would not perform the duty of my husband brother. Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders and loose his shoe off from his foot and spit in his face, and shall answer and say, so shall it be done unto that man that would not build up his brother's house. Mm-hmm. Verse 10. And his name shall be called in Israel, the house of him that hath his shoe loose. When men strive together with one another, and the wife of the one draweth near for to deliver her husband out of the hand of him that smiteth him, and putteth forth her hand and taketh him by the secrets, thou shalt cut off her hand, thine eye shall not pity her. Chop.
Hey, now.
Verse 13. Thou shalt not have in thy bag diverse weights, a great and small. Great and small. Thou shalt not have in thine house diverse measures, a great and a small, but thou shalt have a perfect and just weight, a perfect and just measure shalt thou have, that thy days may be lengthened in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. For all that do such, and all that do unrighteously, are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not God. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it. Kal Shara, Debar Yahweh, Anaya Shai, Wanashemai. All that Yahweh said, what we doing here. He was basically saying that it makes having diverse weights in the house causes somebody to be weak and not as strong as the person that they're building up. That's like me making him do something, not making you do something. That's like me making you do something, not making him do something. It's making you weak. How is it making you weak? Through understanding, through being a servant. Everybody must learn how to be a servant. How can you be a servant for Yahweh Shai and Yahweh if you can't be a servant? You can't. That's why God of War, he's afraid to be yelled at. He don't want that what I give Zanak. How I go to Zanak, Zanak takes it. Not just because he's my son, but because he's a soldier. He's already been through this. I can imagine if he's never been through this out there, how he'll be acting now. So
Yeah, just like in the military, that's what they do. They break it down, they yell you know, thing your face, and yeah, just got a ticket.
and then after that, a drink
Yeah,
and a beer.
my cousin was like that.
Yeah.
He told me he was telling his mom like, yeah, like I'll be seeing some guys over here. They'll be getting all scared and yelling at them, but when they yell at me, I just pretty much it just reminds me of you. Like it reminds me of you, so it doesn't like it doesn't even affect me because it just reminds me of you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's just it weakens. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that was behind, you know, it was diverse measures, diverse weights. It was different judgments for this person and that person, and it makes it weak. It has to have a just weight all around. Everybody gets the same treatment. Go ahead and do your thing. I got these bathroom.
On you know what I'm saying? All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Being here with another prophets. You know what I'm saying? Be in this thing. Be in there like swimwear. All right. So let's get to these prophets, baby. All right, we in Isaiah 54, verse 1. Isaiah 54 and verse 1. I mean, you know you got scoffers on here. You're not even paying
You
attention.
want me to read for you, or you?
Nah, you got scoffers in here, though. Put it in timeout.
No, don't put him in time. What are we talking about?
We need him on here. Respond to that guy.
Come. Yeah, go war, man.
Yeah, Wesley Curry. We want war.
Good war. These scoffers in here. These scoffers in here.
We need that.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell Wesley to bring the smoke.
Isaiah is powerful, man. Isaiah is powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. All right, let's get started. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 1. Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear. Break forth into singing and cry aloud. It's saying, sing, O barren, that thou didst not bear. All right, so it's telling the people that have not bare children to cry aloud. Cry aloud, speak unto the people. All right, bear children. It's talking about bring in fruit. All right, it's talking about build your house up, right? Thou that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife. Right there, for more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife. We are the children of the desolate. We don't have a God. We don't have a king. We do, but we are in the state of not having one. All right, we do not recognize our God. We do not recognize our royal. All right, so we are children of the desolate. All right, but more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married. These other nations, they have gods, they have countries, they have lands. They got what they need. They're the children of the married. They're married unto their own culture and their own God, right? It says, enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. All right, so we're supposed to enlarge the place of our tent, expand ourselves, expand our mind, right? And strengthen our mind and strengthen our foundation, our foundation of righteousness. Okay? All right, we're supposed to, and guard that house, to guard the house of Yahushua, man. All right, it says, for thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. All right, so we're gonna break forth on the left and the right. We're gonna surround the Gentiles. All right, and these desolate cities shall be inhabited. Can you bring my Bible, my sword, real quick, I'm gonna show you what the desolate cities are. If anyone can answer right now, what do they think the desolate cities are? Nicole, you know what the desolate cities are?
It's gonna be Babylon, man.
Nah.
What is it on?
Get over there with him so he can pull precepts from Bible for sure.
I got right here. That's not close though.
I'll go over there and help you pull precepts.
Precept, dog.
Get Jeremiah 33 and 10. So let me get Jeremiah 33 and 10 real quick. Go ahead.
Three and 10.
33 and 10.
33 and 10. Oh my God. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 33, verse 10. Thus saith the Lord, again there shall be heard in this place, which ye say shall be desolate without man and without beast, even in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem that are desolate, without man and without inhabitant and without beast.
Second. Go ahead. Start over again.
Book of Jeremiah, Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Thus say the Lord, again there shall be heard in this place, which ye say shall be desolate without man and without beast,
This place shall be desolate without man and without beast. Go ahead.
even in the cities of Judah
Uh-huh.
and in the streets of Jerusalem.
So these desolate cities that we are going to inhabit is Jerusalem. All right. That's our homeland, is where we're going to inhabit. Those are the desolate places. Go ahead.
That are desolate without man and without inhabitant.
That's desolate without man, without inhabitant, without beast. That's all I need. Okay. All right, now we in Isaiah chapter 54, verse 4. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood any more. For thy maker is thy husband, the Lord of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer is the Holy One of Israel, and the God of the whole earth shall he be called. All right, this is our maker, that's our husband, that's who we're married to. Okay. For the Lord hath called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth. When thou refused, saith thy when thou was refused, saith thy God. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. All right, the Most High forsook us. The Most High, you know what I'm saying? He rebuked us. All right, he put us into captivity. But with great mercy, he's going to bring us back. All right, in a little wrath, I hid my face from thee for a moment. But with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord, thy Redeemer. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me. For as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I will not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee. So the Most High is saying, just like how he made a covenant with Noah not to destroy the earth with water, is the same covenant he's making with us to redeem us, but to redeem the chosen and the elect, not everyone. Right? For the mountains shall depart, and the hills shall be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord, that hath mercy on thee. All right. So Most High is gonna have an everlasting covenant with us to bring us back into our homeland.
Oh, Matthew 24.
Oh, gospel.
Go ahead.
Matthew 24, what?
30.
49.
Yeah. No. 49. Oh, I think it's 42. Yeah, 29 to 42.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Come on.
All right, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. All right, it's talking about the great tribulation, the great coming of the Most High's Son, Yahweh. All right, now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. All right, when you see the fig tree coming, oh, because what's the olive tree? That's us, right? So when you see us springing up and we're having our leaves branch off and we got plenty of fruit, and you see Israel prosper, man, that's how you know the end is near. All right. Really, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of the day, but of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. All right, no one knows when that day is. No one knows when Yahweh is coming back. Only the Most High. But as the days of no word, so shall also the coming of the Son Man be.
Like everybody just partying and doing their thing, and everybody doing this, giving in marriage, and boom!
It's right here. For as the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage unto the day that Noah entered in the ark. It says Noah, but it's Noah. Noah entered into the ark and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Everyone's going to be partying and drinking and everything. Going to be going out, being whoremongers and everything. They're not going to know what's about to come until it actually happens. All right. Then shall two be in a field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, something. Something else. So, with that, end off with the prayers.
All right, here we go. Get these prayers in. All right, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Shalom, shalom. This is the Aliyanawa. It is our duty to praise the Master of all, to ascribe greatness to the author of creation, who has not made us like the nations of the lands, nor placed us like the families of the earth, who has not made our portion like theirs, nor our destiny like all their multitudes. For they worship vanity and emptiness, and pray to a God who cannot save. But we bow in worship and thank the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One. Blessed be he who extends the heavens and establishes the earth, whose throne of glory is in the heavens above, and whose power's presence is in the highest of heights. He is our God. There is no other. Truly, he is our King. There is none else. As it is written in the Torah, ye shall know and take to heart this day that Yahweh is Elohim in the heavens above and on the earth below. There is no other. Hallelujah.
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 Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Amen.
Amen.
Shema Yahshua Yahweh 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 Echad Shema Yahshua Yahweh 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 Echad Shema Yahshua Yahweh Yahweh Echad Shema Yahshua Yahweh Allah Yahweh Yahweh Echad.
Yeah, where is going down from heart? The Ten Commandments: love and love thy neighbor, love Yahweh, Anya, Yahweh, Allahayika, Asherah, Hawatazah, Atika, Baratazah, Baratazayim, Barathiim, La'ah, Yahaya, Lakah, Allahayim, Kari, Apanya, La'ah, Na'asha, Lakah, Sol, La'ah, the Ibadam, La'ah, Lakorka, Atsham, Yahweh, Ashawah, Zakar, Hayawam, Ashabah, La, Dashwa, Gabad, Abaku, Wa, Amaku, La'ah, Taratazah, La'ah, 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 Shakor, La'ah, Lakamad, Call, Asherah, Lara'ika. First greatest commandments. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our God, Yahweh is one. Thou shalt love Yahweh thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and all thy might. Second greatest commandments. La'ah, the Kwam, La'ah, the Torah, Banya, Ainka, Wa'abada, Lara'ika, Kam, Waka'ani, Yahweh. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Thou shalt love thy neighbors thyself. I am Yahweh. Circle 1, Hasha'am, memorial of the woman. Now when Yahushua was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman, having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, that indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for 300 pence when his wages and given to the poor. When Yahushua understood, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath brought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, whom ye have not always. For that she hath poured this ointment in my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman hath done, you told more of her. Hallelujah.
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 Hashem.
Hashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Hamashiach.
Mashiach.
Amen.
Amen.
Everybody rise.
Can I have one? Oh.
Huh. Wesley's just a homosexual jumping on here to mess with heterosexual men.